Okay, I'm back. Back for more punishment with Mayberry Melonpool. Um, so, since I started this whole thing, last month, I guess, I built Ralph, Ralphie, fixed Roberta, fixed Sam. The last of the um, Melonpool puppets that is in any state of disrepair is Mayberry, and only because I've used him quite a bit. And the things that I don't like about him is you can see his eyes are all scuffed up. Um, I need to take these off and I need to paint them, sand them, and paint them and get them all squared away. And I also need to put the backs on them so that I can just bolt them in as opposed to having to sew them all the way around here. I'm also going to remove these antenna and put antenna on like Roberta's. I'm probably not going to do any of this stuff to the head today. I'm probably going to leave the head intact until I get done with the body and the hands, just so that I have a puppet that I can still use, in case a Melonpool emergency breaks out. I haven't used this puppet in years, but that could happen tomorrow. So let me show you some of the problems with this body, other than not having a head. Okay, so in the years since I built this thing, this blue patch has turned kind of gray, probably from UV damage. Like I said, I used to use him a lot. He was the only character that I would perform for the longest time until I built Eddie. So let me. He just has shoelaces that are holding his arms on. I'm going to keep the hands, although I am going to redo the arm rod attachment like I did on Sam. But I am going to replace out the sleeves. These sleeves, I'm pretty sure I'm going to replace out these sleeves. I haven't 100% decided. The ones that I made for Ralph are better, and I kind of want to update them. But if I don't have any of this black material, which is a possibility, I'm just going to leave them as they are because they're not terrible. However, the body itself is in shambles. So I'm going to make a new body today. And that should help him a lot. Because one thing about these foam bodies is they tend to make him look a little beefier than he really is. He's a pretty skinny guy, just like me. No. Okay. So anyway, pop this off. And I'm going to change these out to be to use the little backpack strap things I've been adding to the other ones, just because it's easier than what I have going on here. And this is the material that was inside Sam's hand, so it must be the same material that's in Mayberry's hand, or in Mayberry's hands. And this is this weird, it's almost like flip-flop material. It's real thin. So I'm not sure what this is, but they look okay still. So, all right, these arms are in pretty good shape, so I'm going to probably at least hold on to them until oh, these are pretty bad though. Yeah, see this material, it just kind of disintegrates. So I'm gonna probably have to remake the sleeves, which is fine, providing I have the material. So we'll see what happens. But let's figure this out. So the original body, I don't think it's glued. The original body is it's glued at the top. Is reticulated foam, but you can see how it just doesn't even hold its shape anymore. It looks like I put a lot more boning in this than most of the other puppets I build. But I'm going to make him a new body right now, right this second. me see how it looks like, and I don't even know if I can do this on this machine. I'm not as, it seemed to me that it used up an awful lot of thread, but I actually kind of embroidered this all the way around. Yeah, I might try it just to see. Okay, let's see what I have here. So if you want to see the color change, this is what it looks like now. This is what it used to look like. You see how much it's turned gray over the years. So I'll make a new one of those. The phosphate form thing. It looks like I don't have any of this black material, but I'll see if I can track down something for it. I think I have some black material in one of the neck sleeve things. This is that same material too. Look at how much redder it used to be. Interesting. That's what happens after 12 years, I guess. Or 11. However many years it's been. Let's see what I have here for patterns. With any luck, I still have his chest pattern here. Okay. So many of these things are out of date. That's his foot. That's his foot. That's Roberta and Mayberry's head. Okay, jaw, foot, hair. Okay, that's part of the body. I'm gonna get rid of that. I think that's Roberta's ponytail. Foot, shoe, leg. I have no idea what this piece is. Huh. Oh, it's Super Tab. What is this one? This is Mayberry Roberta ear. Oh, this is ear. I think this is part of Roberta. Mayberry's head. It's the old antenna. Hair. It's Roberta. Roberta. Mayberry. Roberta. What's that? I would almost think this is Roberta's skirt, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure what that is. Well, it doesn't appear that I have any useful pattern. That's okay. There's one other place it might be. Because I do have a miscellaneous one that has all the bodies in it. That piece. That's see, this is what I get. Top. I have no idea what that is. Okay, so I need this pattern. Don't need the arm or the hands. Oh, I do need this though. Oh, this isn't. Oh, this is. Let's start the. Okay. Well, I found one thing that's useful. Okay. That's 2.5. And this is 3.5, 4.5. So it folds over. It folds over onto the front. Oh, hi. How's it going, Slug Fan? Okay, that should be his little emblem. Pretty close to it, anyway. No, so this, well, I'll show you what it is. Just one second. It's because I didn't save a pattern from years ago, so I have to kind of recreate it. Okay, so what it is this is his old body, and I'm recreating this part, his little emblem, because I'm going to make him a new body. In fact, I think I'm going to make it just a little thinner. What's today? August. Huh? Okay. All right. So that'll go on this piece like so. To make his new body. All right. I'm tempted to get out my old machine, which I know how to use the zigzag stitch on. But it's going to jam. I know it's going to jam. Okay, well, I could do it the way I used to do it. So this is just felt. Looks like I got 2 shots at this. And if this is a little off, it's not the end of the world because it's kind of supposed to represent what I used to hand draw. Oh, that's really off. Okay, so then the idea would be I could stick that on. Maybe I'll try that one more time. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. Interesting question. Have you ever interacted or talked to any Henson puppet builders? A few. I mean, I've actually worked with quite a few who have worked with Henson. Um, I have not worked on any Henson projects. That makes sense. Um, whenever I'm on a build and I find out what people have worked on, I keep my mouth shut and listen and try to pick up any tips I possibly can from their experiences. And that's how I've learned most of everything I know how to do. It's just by listening to what they do and, asking questions when I am trying to do something. I don't think it's going to work at all. Okay. So that's what's worked for me, is just kind of trying to learn where I can. As I say over and over again, I have no idea what I'm doing here. If I had any notes from my old build, it would be very helpful, but I do not. I'm tempted to just glue it in place. Who knew this was going to be the hardest part of this whole build? Well, and it's, again, you kind of have to figure out what works for you. I mean, I don't do everything the same way that, BJ or any of the other people who taught me things do it, but I definitely understand the way they do it, or why they do the things they do, and why I do the things I do when I build. I'm tempted to just glue this. So I left this long on the end because my plan is to cut off the excess. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. I have some extra of this, so I can. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Every puppet build has one or two difficult parts to it, especially hands, at least for me. Yeah, and once you master one thing, you'll find some new thing that bothers you. Mouth plates are kind of difficult. I mean, as far as getting those to work and be reliable. But once you kind of get it figured out, it doesn't, you don't always do it the same way, but at least you get kind of an idea how to do it. Like, you know the steps and you know what you need in order to make it work. I was actually, I don't know if you saw yesterday when I was testing the giant hamster, Sammy, and the mouth plates just started to shatter in my hands. And I was kind of shocked by that. But I remembered that I used to use gasket rubber back in the day, and I'm pretty sure that's what his mouth is. And it just was crumbling. It was awful. I could have actually put my thumb right through his mouth plate. Maybe I'll plug this. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try this again. It wound around the shaft of that spindle and it gummed it up. It went awful. Okay, try this again. Okay, let's try this one more time. See, I wish Laura would come on so she could tell me how to set the tension correctly for my zigzag stitch or my embroidery stitch. I have to take the rest of that class that she recommended. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, let me see if I can do this. It's all coming back to me now, how I did this before. One down. I hate it when that happens. That's what happens when I get too cocky when I start this. Let's try this again. I think it's messed up. Yep. The nice thing about this thing right now is that it's close enough to the it's in the overhang. It's on the other side, so if I mess up too horribly and actually screw up the fabric, it's not going to be the end of the world. I keep telling myself that. All right, here we go. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I don't think that was threaded right. I always use the blanket stitch. It's strong, sturdy, and the string actually snaps. I can actually stitch over it. I don't know what the blanket stitch is. Is that a machine stitch? I'm good. How so? Let's try this again. See, I'll probably learn a lot from this failure. So we'll see. Okay, I think I've already discovered something I'm going to change when I do this a second time. Okay, let's see. See what a monstrosity this has turned into. Well, I managed to miss most of it. Well, I got the center line right. All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to do my... Yes, I did. But you said you used the blanket stitch, and I wasn't sure if that was a machine sewing stitch. Okay. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. So that's 3. Okay, let's see if I can at least get a zigzag going. Okay, got that going. Now, how do I make it go? That? Oh. How about this? Oh. Nope. How about this one? I'm pretty dumb when it comes to this thing. Oh boy. Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm doing. Best not to mess with it. Looks like an EKG. Okay, let me see if my other machine will work. I must have missed that one. It just said that you said you did the blanket stitch, so I wasn't sure if that was in reference to the machine. All right. Here's my Project Runway machine. But my recollection is that it was pretty easy to do like an embroidery stitch. Which one was it? I think I'm going to have to do some research and not do this. Maybe I'll glue it. Maybe I'll just glue it on. This thing is the biggest piece of garbage. The only reason I kept it is because it's pretty easy to do buttonholes with it. But I got it on sale for $100, and it wasn't even worth that much. Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do this time is I'm going to cut a slit right here. Oh, you're not even seeing. Okay. I'm going to cut a slit right here where these are. And then I'm going to leave this all attached, and then I'm going to sew up all this and across, and then I'm going to cut away the inside after it's cut and cut off the edges. That's my plan. I have no idea if it'll work. Oh, well, it didn't. Let me see if I can find another piece of felt. Yes. I have many more chances to ruin this thing. Okay. Yeah, I could maybe do hand stitch. So this is my thinking when I do puppets is I try to machine sew all the clothes and I try to hand stitch all the body pieces. And the reason I do that is so that there's a definite difference between the clothing and the between the clothing and the skin, I guess. And so if I do that, then at least I know that's going to happen that way. So that's why I do it that way. It makes sense to me. Okay, so that's cut. Let me just see if this works. I may not. So that's the bottom. The running stitches where you go back and forth with the needle and where you get the end of the fabric, you should make a small knot at the. Yeah, I know. I actually was talking to them about the running stitch on another one, and it's maybe the way it may end up being the way I do it, but that wouldn't make for good TV, like this really is. Okay, let's see how I do now. Hopefully this thing, I didn't ruin it by. Oh, we need to change it back to the 2. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Let's see what I've done. Okay, what are you saying here? Okay, pulled out the big guns. The brother from another mother. It works on fleece fabric, especially if you use a needle to fuzz up the fleece fabric. Yeah, I know. Okay, so here we go. So that you can experience this heartache along with me. Okay. Let me see if I can actually cut this without cutting the. Oh, it's gonna work, I think. Oh, and I didn't hit it on that side. Let me see if I can still salvage it. But I think I'm on to something here. Okay. This may look terrible, but hey, at least I hit the button or hit this fabric this time, just barely. Okay. It's probably gonna be super uneven though. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, compared to the original, it's okay. Let's see if I can ruin it anymore. Nice and raggedy now. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, great. I've done it. I've actually done it. All right, now. You know what, before I just poke a hole in this? No. So I'm going to cut the little bit of the blue off the back of this so that it doesn't peek out. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. That's better. All right, so I got that ready. So I'm gonna now attach. I'm gonna attach this to this red fleece. I thought that white part was going to be blue. Oh, this is blue. It's probably just really washed out. I don't really know how to adjust my color balance. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Try this again. All right. It doesn't look terrible. Just don't look at it too close. Switch this out with red now. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to have this available to be centered. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get another piece of this. Because this is going to go on here like so. On the other side of it. Oh, let me show you. And I'm going to back it up to this other one. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Actually, you know what I need to do? I think I need to hem this before I do anything. So this is just regular polar fleece right here. I use polar fleece for the clothes, and then I use the F3 or Antron for the skin. Again, I'm very particular about those things. Okay, so I'm going to center that on there. I use very little felt. In fact, it was very odd of me to actually have felt on hand when I did the that little black part, but it was the perfect thing for it. The only reason I had it was because that's what I made Wonder Pig's tiara out of. Was that red? Or was that black fleece? Okay. Hopefully I have enough red. Hey. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the Henson materials, or like I remember watching when Jim Henson died, because I wasn't even building puppets yet when Jim Henson died. And there was that special, the Muppets honors or pay tribute to Jim Henson that they did in the like 91, 92. It was where they first had Kermit come on, the new Kermit. And I remember there was that bit where Ray Charles says, you know, who knew that Jim Henson could take some felt and some, you know, a couple of ping pong balls and make Kermit the Frog. And I'm like, oh, Kermit's made out of felt. And I don't think I used a little bit of felt here and there, but I think I figured out fairly quick that felt was tough to use building puppets. It always bothers me when they say, oh, you know, when somebody says felt instead of fleece. I still hear it all the time, though. I mean, it's whenever there's an article about the Muppets, they're like, "Oh, here comes Kermit the Frog and all his felt friends," or whatever. But hey, you know what? I was able to in this sitting solve that problem with the that I had with the with that emblem, which, you know what? It's totally different than the last time I did it, but it works. So. Yay me. Okay. Hem this up. Okay, I don't need to back stitch that because it'll be caught when I do the next one. Okay, let me. I should have set up the other one too. Boy, I'm doing a bang up job here. I probably should be saving this fabric too, because goodness knows where I'm going to find the fleece again. Okay. Let's see, where's my... That's how I should have done it to begin with. All right, here we go. So there's one side that's a little redder than the other. Just want to make sure I use the right side. I think that's the inside, which is what I want. Sewing has turned me into a workaholic. Every day I look for something to do. Oh, that's cool. Do you have a background in sewing? Or did you start sewing when you started doing puppets? Okay. Hallelujah. Yeah, that's when I started too. My grandmother actually helped me with the first batch of puppets. And then by the time I got to about the second or third batch, her arthritis had gotten so bad that I didn't feel right about the slave labor anymore. So I ended up learning how to sew at that point. Okay, I'm doing right side to right side. I've got a lot of slop. I'm gonna line that up with the, sorry, you can't see this, but oops. All right, that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, so I'm gonna line that up with the center line of that. Let me see if I have a red pen that will actually show up on this. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try using one of these disappearing ink pens. which that doesn't write at all. It disappeared. Okay. There we go. And if it bleeds through, I should be able to hit it with a steamer and it'll disappear. That's the hope, anyway. Because I watch a lot of Muppets, almost every day I get inspired to make a puppet based off that character I like. What now? You asked me yesterday what replicas I made. What replicas have you made? Okay, let's see how this works now. Home stretch. All right, that's one side. All right, well, I guess we'll find out if this worked. And then I'll make a phosphate body. Oh, that looks really off center. I may have to cut up the one side and see if I can fix that. Let's see what this looks like. That's not too bad. It's a little off center, but not too bad. All right, so now I need to make a faucet-shaped body. This can fit onto. Okay. I've made Kermit the Frog, Clyde Bird from the Muppet Show pilot, Cookie Monster with eyes that really Google, not just using cheap Google eyes. Yes, some fur balls, Beautiful Day Monster, and much more. That's fantastic. Okay. Let me get out my faucet shape. With any luck, I have just enough to finish this up. I think I have just exactly enough. A little bit left over, which is great. So what this stuff is called Faucet, and I've just been using it for a little while now. But what it does is it actually will, you can sew it on the sewing machine. It's like a really thick felt. And once you've sewn it, you can hit it with a heat gun and it has some plastic in it, some thermoplastic in it, and it will turn hard. Turn rigid and keep its shape. So what I'm going to do, I made a form. It's kind of the shape of my arm, and I'm going to sew this into the same tube that I have here, put it on that form, hit it with the steamer, and it should create an inner liner that's super thin to replace that big foam one that I had. Here, I could zoom in a little bit on this. There you go. It doesn't matter what color you use for this thread-wise, so I'm just going to use the red that I was so carefully threaded just a little while ago. It keeps catching in the teeth. There it goes. All right, I think my machine sewing on this part of the build is done. I'm going to cut off all the excess of this that I have. Because it's really hard to cut. It's not impossible to cut, but it's harder to cut once you've heated it up. Okay. Should have been. Oh, here it is. All right, so here's my buck. I'm just gonna put this on as far as I can. Should go farther than this. All right, there we go. It's on there. Let me go get the steamer. And you can use the heat gun, but it doesn't work. It's much easier to burn it. So this thing was like $30, this little pedal thing. What did I do? Where did that go? Sorry, I dropped the cup that came with it. Let's see if I can find it. Brush. Of course, it's a transparent cup. I can't seem to find it. I can't fill it unless I have that little transparent cup. Oh, I was so close to finishing this thing, too. It's got to be here someplace. My fear is I'm going to step on it and break it. Suppose I could use just any old cup, but... Wow, I hate it when I drop something and it just disappears into thin air. Well, I have no idea where it went. Oh well, I'll just chance it. It'll turn up. Oh, I need to. I have something else I need to do while I'm waiting for that to heat up. Okay, that's heating up. So something I forgot to do is I forgot to turn this before I put it on the form. What felt? No, it's not felt. It's spa shape. Oh, what fell? It's a plastic cup that came with my steamer that you can fill it exactly what you need. What the amount of water you need, but I can't seem to find it. It fell on the ground somewhere. I heard it fall. All right, so now that's on there. This is heating. while that's heating up, I'm going to see if I can find that cup. There's only a couple places it could be. It's really weird that it would disappear like this. Well, it'll turn up someday. Hope. I just cleaned this place up too. You'd think that I could find it. Ah, I found it. All right, so this is the cup I was looking for. This little cup. Where it had fallen was I have two pieces of EVA foam wedged between my desk and my filing cabinet here, and it wedged between those two pieces of foam. Okay, what was your above question? I don't see your above question, Ethan. Is that filter fleece? This is okay. Wait, the first puppet I sewed. Slug fan, slug fan, slug fan. What fell? I don't see your question, Antron Geese or Ethan. Oh, maybe I'll turn this on. Okay. I'm waiting for that thing to go. Have you ever made a puppet from paper mache or latex? Oh, I've done paper mache. I'm not sure that I made puppets from it. Latex, yeah, sort of. I made a mask. That was actually it was a moving mouth mask. It's my uh, 9 numb mask, and that has a latex skin on it that I did. But I've never poured latex. I just basically use like what I call latex mache, and it's using tissue paper and mask making latex to make a skin on the foam. Any second now. All right. Yeah, it is. It's super flexible. And it stays kind of flexible, but it'll keep its shape too, which is nice. Wait for the steam to come out. Okay, I think we're good. Here we go. And I'm just going to put it on there. Watch your hands. It's really easy to burn yourself. So if you have that on your bingo card, me burning myself. I didn't burn myself, though. I'm just trying to get every bit of it until it turns. The one thing about the steamer is it doesn't really burn it. At least it hasn't for me yet. All right. I should have done that before. Okay, I think that did it. All right. I'm going to turn that off and get it off my table before I do burn myself. Okay. Okay. So now this is cooled down, and the arduous task of getting it off of this buck. Should be able to just squeeze it and get it out. This is why I moved the boiling water for myself. There it goes. All right. I still need to, I missed a little bit of it, so just 1 second. I'm going to hit it one more time. So if it's, as long as it hasn't turned yet, you can still hit it. But see, it's much more rigid down here than it is up here. So let me just do that real quick. Okay. I hit that one little part that didn't turn. All right, so there's that. And now I'm going to take this body that I just made and thread it on there. Try and see if there's a front and a back. That might be longer than I want it to be. How long did I make these other ones? Oh, I made them a lot shorter. Oh, okay. I should be able to cut it still. Let me Let me grab Ralphie here. Just get it the same length. Oops. Okay. It's much easier to cut it before you heat it up, but it is possible to do it. This is just taking the place of the foam too. So, all right. Let me stick that in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack down this top part. I'm just going to do it with clips right now. I can't remember if I glued it on Roberta or not. It's in there crooked too, so, well, I'm just going to fix it later. I don't have watchful eyes looking at me. All right, there's that. So now you can see this was his old body. This is his old body here. And this is his new body here. So you can see how much thinner he is now. Okay, so where are his arms? I'm going to pin it in place. I don't really feel like sewing it right now. Okay, I'm just almost done pinning it. All right, so hopefully I don't stab myself here. This should work the same way that the foam one did. In that the ring is smaller than the fa shape. Where's his arms? I don't have the holes cut yet for the arms, but I can kind of pin them on. Oops, wrong arm. Okay, so again, oops, he lost an arm. This is a great tutorial here. Okay. That's one reason I didn't destroy him. Like I didn't take him completely apart. Is I wanted to be able to show the progress at the end of each of these videos. So I'll fix his hands next time. But you can kind of see now. I think I need to make that faucet shape just a little shorter. So maybe about here. But I think he looks a lot better. Like he's a little thinner, more like the cartoon character. Certainly fix that. Let's see. I fixed that thing. This is a little long, so it needs to be pushed up a little bit. So it needs to be about here. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about an inch off of the bottom of this faucet shape, and I'm going to push the whole thing down a little bit. So I think that'll help it because it's right now the bend of my arm is hitting right there, and it's pushing his body up. So anyway, so I'm going to make a few adjustments off camera. I won't do the arms, but I may detach his eyes. I don't know yet. Because I'd like to be able to paint those tonight or tomorrow. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll take those off tomorrow at the end. So thanks for popping on. Hopefully this was somewhat informative to you guys. It definitely is going to be pretty extensive, this rebuild or this fix. I'm actually going to fix that faucet shape right now, so maybe I'll stay on just a second longer. Yeah, you know, it's like you aren't going to know if these things are going to work unless you try them. Or having that mentality that there's a right way or a wrong way to do stuff. You know, just try stuff. You might discover something that's going to revolutionize the whole puppet industry. Like I just did. I'm not going to put those arms back on, but I do want to test to see how his head looks. Have you gotten any faucet shape yet, Dave? Ow. That's better. So there he is. Oh. I'll fix those antenna and eyes tomorrow. And or at least start them. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That was fun. Hopefully informative. And we'll get this guy fixed in the next couple of days. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Not yet. I'm waiting for the need to arise. I have to pace myself with puppet building supplies. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some more. I just used up the last of it on this, so I'm sure it's gonna come in handy at some point. I'm glad that I was able to ration myself enough to keep just enough to finish this body, and I probably had just a little bit more than I needed because look at all this I cut off. I cut off a good 4 inches of this thing. All right, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.